Yes, so right now I'm going to show you how to take your illustration in Photoshop and animate aspects of it. If you were to complete this, you will get plus 5 points towards your project. And not only that, but you will be somewhat ahead in the animation process in this class. So the first, the first thing that you could do or approach would be to bring another object into your animation. Okay, now this is very silly, but I'm using my woodcut as my example, and I added a fish, this lovely little fish, to my animation. And I actually I duplicated it. So I took this fish from my custom shapes here. Okay, I went to my custom shape tool and took a fish, and I duplicated that fish 4 times. All right, because if you think about like flipbook type animation, you have to have the image move from one page to the next. So the object would stay the same. It would just move and change from one page to the next. So here you can see I'm going to have it move 4 times, this fish. So I have fish 1, which is right here. I might actually take him and maybe we'll just make him move. Okay. Like it's swimming around the page. So now I'm going from layer to layer, so I'm working my way down. I got this one, so maybe now I'm going to have him or her. Okay. Now as far as spacing, you don't have to space them right next to each other. You could space them, I wouldn't space them too far, but I would space them about like ½ inch to an inch apart, depending, you know, what type of look you're wanting to get. I'm going to take this fish, and you want to make sure there's a nice flow. Maybe actually as I'm working here, I might have this fish go off the page a little bit. Move this one over here. Excuse me. And then I'll take my last fish and place it over here. Okay, so you can see that this would be the motion of the fish from one side of the illustration to the next. So my idea is that it's going to swim up and around, right? So Photoshop has an animation tool that you can use, believe it or not, if you did not know. And I'm going to show you how to use that. So we're going to go to Window, and we're going to go to Workspace, and we're going to go to Motion. So then when I go to Motion, what happens is this is supposed to pop up. Okay. Although it didn't on mine, it will on yours. Okay. And then you want to create a frame animation. But before you do, you want to make sure that everything is aligned. So right now it's not really. I have, you want to look at these like they're pages in a flip book. So right now the pages would look like this. It would look like, if I was flipping, it would look like the Statue of David, then it would look like this fish, and it would look like this fish, then it would look like this fish, and it would look like this fish. But if I wanted it to swim across the Statue of David, I would need to make sure that each of these images have the Statue of David embedded in it. So what I'm going to do is turn all these back on. I'm going to duplicate the Statue of David 4 times. So I'm going to do duplicate layer, duplicate layer, duplicate layer. Okay, so I have 4 Statue of Davids and 4 fish. Now I'm going to take each of these layers and place them underneath each of the fish. So like in between every other. Right? What I need to do now is take these fish and merge them into the picture. So what you can do is the top layer with the fish, if you want to merge it into the layer below it, you select that layer and then hit Control E. And what it will do is it'll merge those 2 layers together. So now I'm going to go down to this one and do Control E, and it's going to merge those fish together. Control E, merge them together. Control E, merge them together. So now my picture will look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So you want to make sure that each image looks like a page to page in a flipbook. So now I have all of my images. I can do Create Frame Animation. So if it's on Create Video Timeline, you're going to want to change it to Frame Animation. hit click and or hit the tab, don't hit click. Click and hit the tab. And it's going to start your animation. So now you need to make all of your layers into these frames. Okay. So if I click on this little tab here and go to make frames from layers and hit select, it's going to line all of my layers up. So if I play it, you're going to see it plays it once. I can change the amount of time that I have on each of these. So maybe I'm going to put it on 1 second. I can have some on 1, some on 2, and I can also change the how many times it plays. Let's say I wanted to play it forever, like a GIF, right? And now there's my animation. Voila! Okay, so the other approach might be something like this. So I'm going to backtrack here. Get rid of, I want my David back again here. I'm going to get rid of all these layers. In fact, yeah, we're going to start over. Let's say I wanted to get creative and make the statue of David wink, right? I wanted him to wink his eye. I'm going to duplicate the statue of David because I want one to stay normal and I want one to look like it's winking. So now I can take this picture and maybe I'm going to select around this eye. Right now I'm using my my polygonal lasso tool, which I think is actually a great tool to use because it takes on the idea of a woodcut. It's very sharp, linear edges, right? So I'm selecting his eye because I feel like that's where the wink would be. So I'm going to close it up. So I guess there are two ways. You could use your stamp tool to stamp out. This way it keeps on the texture of the woodcut. Or I guess I could use my eyedropper, pick up the color, and use my paintbrush. Now let's see what happens here. Yeah, see, it doesn't really look as good. It kind of looks like paint. So I'm going to use my stamp tool. Well, let's see how much this looks like a wink. Probably looks like his eye's just going to be shut. Okay. So now I covered in that space. So now I have, oops. It's going to look something like that, right? It doesn't really look like a wink, but you get the idea. So now I have my 2 layers. I can do create frame animation, and I can make frames from layers. I can change the seconds, and maybe I'll play it forever. And you can see it looks like he's blinking his eye. All right. So if you were to, and this also goes with color, so you could actually create 2 layers, change the color of the 2 layers, and then turn it into an animation. Maybe it's going to go from red to green, green to red, right? So it can work for stuff like that too. I hope this is helpful, and I hope that you